Hello?
Hello, hello. Are we here?
Are we
Yep,
really doing this thing?
we are doing a thing.
My God.
Oop.
Cool. You
Where
know
is
what?
the
I should
alpha?
have. Let me put the pod or the broadcast so you're not looking like too much feedback right there.
Nice tabs.
Okay, cool. Hey, you got it, man. That's. Can you see like I've moved it already, so it's probably gone. But
Yeah,
can you
it's.
could you see that it was like 7 tabs worth of Space Station 13 crap?
I
That
didn't. I
game
didn't
is
see that
so
specifically.
complicated, dude. Like everything is built in the way that you see those computers made in Minecraft, where it's
Mhm.
like people actually make with redstone, like
Right, right,
real
right,
thinking calculators.
right, right.
The entire system of this game of Space Station 13 is like wires and cords and pipes all connected to each other to the
Right.
point where you can deconstruct and rebuild anything. If you
Yeah.
want to dig into the floor and change the direction the wires go, you can do that. If you can get
Okay.
away with it, power to you.
Yeah, like
So you need
that's why
a
I'm
guy
like
for
really
that.
into barotrauma because like it has a lot of the wiring with the reactor and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
I should
what are
put my
you
game
doing?
window there so people can actually see what's going on. So it's hard to
Which
see.
map is this? This looks.
This is one of your stages that I put into the test area. So I don't know
Oh
if you.
wait, it doesn't have the bricks on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, can you? It's because of the delay, the natural delay in this. Can you tell that Tricky is kind of like his head is shaking a bit?
I'm on
Oh,
wireless.
I
So.
can kind of see
Oh
it.
wait, yeah. Now I see it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You
Like
guys should be able to see because
it's pretty
Let me see
obvious,
if I
like from
can.
what I can gather. But what I'm saying is I'm on wireless, so the frame rate that I'm getting is not very good.
yeah. Plus, people looking at it through the Twitch are gonna have some trouble.
Let
That's
me
okay.
scale this up. Yeah, so for people to understand what I'm doing, I'm basically using Skype screen share and then record, like capturing Swain sending me his screen, so it's not going to be the best quality, but it's decent enough actually.
Right. I mean, I should be hosting it for that purpose, but that's okay. Today, for anybody who can hear us, is just a sort of practice session.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh,
We swear our answers will be top quality.
yeah, right.
Mm.
Unlike the work we put into this game, we won't fail you this time. Not on.
The last time again.
So I've been using this guy here. Like I wish I could show more because I'm seeing everything at maximum frame rate, but obviously people at home won't be seeing it.
Like the way the
Um,
shells are flying around and stuff.
yeah. So let me go off my list. We've been adding a lot of stuff this week to the game. This thing only took us a second to do, and I know you can't really see it.
Can you
But
still
when
go
you-
up to the top floor? Like if you go up to the right?
I think.
Yeah, because you're still at full size, and this map was meant to be played at half size.
Yeah. I have to mess with the aspect ratio in here, but yeah, you can go up here.
Yeah, I wouldn't take anything away that you're getting right now for the map because this is supposed to be half sized.
Yeah.
And I added like pipes and stuff and like all the bricks you remember on the floor. This map is good to go essentially.
Oh yeah. So an apology to everybody who's not familiar with this. In the whenever we record these things, we're going to be talking because we're all looking at one screen share off of Skype. We're not looking at the Twitch. So what we're seeing right now on the screen, it's going to take like 20, 30 seconds for you guys to see it. So we may be talking about it out of sync with what you see. But Sean, are you recording it this time, or is this
Yeah.
just a?
Okay.
Okay,
this
if you're
is-
recording
what-
it, then
I'll
Yeah,
probably-
I'm noticing that you also got like the wrong FBX too. That top floor or that medium floor, that half floor rather, should be like way deeper.
oh well, I made this before you updated it, so all the positions are consistent with the original positions of like the ledge and all that.
Oh,
This is not your stage. This is just my test room, so don't worry about this.
okay. Like I'm getting scared of like you don't have what I need.
Oh
you to
no, no,
have.
everything should be kosher. I think
Okay.
we're fine. I'm noticing a little like it's hard to see, but there's a green strip coming from the light over here, going that way. Along with like this also has a green strip going this way. I'm not sure if the colors are coming through.
I do not see it.
Yeah. Yeah. So we added like a bit of tangibility to the game now. We don't have object destruction in yet. That's not for the alpha, but as sort of like a promise bracelet or a promise ring from the devs, we have it so that when you shoot most obstacles in the game, they sort of jiggle now. And
Oh, that's
maybe
good that you
it's-
use the lamp because the light you could see it rattle.
Yeah, hopefully you guys will actually see the lamp rattling in a second there. The bullet casings still want to fly through the ground, so I may have to increase the size of their colliders again. We'll see. But, it's it doesn't really matter. Yeah, so yeah, you can kind of see that on the feed. I'm looking at it now. So that's one thing. Also, your frame rate is going to be really crappy. I apologize because you're getting it through two sources.
Right, right.
My game is going to Skype, which is then going to the feed via Twitch. But Tricky's head is shaking just like the last game, just like the cartoon.
Yeah.
And
you
it
can
looks
see it.
really badass on my end.
Yeah.
I really like it. And now when he's aiming, because when you take your gun up to sights, it goes from a pivot point that's attached to your chest to a point that's attached to your head. So when he's aiming the gun, normally no problem. As soon as he aims like this, when he brings the gun up, the gun starts shaking as well.
Right. So it's a tighter spread, but it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah. So let me get out of there. I'm going to change this. I like that we can finally sort of show off how we do this.
Yeah, do a prettier map.
Go to the scene. Yeah, we can go to prettier map. I picked this one because it runs really quickly on my machine while
Oh,
I'm
I got you. No, that's
just so we can like show off some stuff.
That's smart.
So this is going to be hard to see, but I'm going to put myself on as a grunt, the shittiest guy that you can be. And
Swain, in your screen share, can you like tighten up the window that it broadcasts from?
like make it bigger.
No, I mean like frame it around the game window. I was just wondering if that was an option.
Set it to a window.
Oh, so it's just going to be around this Unity no matter what. Okay.
Right, but that's the thing. I like them seeing kind of the Unity area. I can shrink it down because I kind of want people to see what we're doing and what we're working with.
All right.
But I can make it a little bit bigger, change the aspect ratio. Let's see if I can figure that out. 610,
that's good.
6:9.
Sorry, I said anything.
Breaking
Just
the
let me
entire
do,
game.
man. Just let me do.
I'll let you do. I'm sorry, Jesus.
All right, I'm doing.
I forgot that you
so
do.
it's hard to see, but especially let me restart this area. Whoop, whoop. Okay, because you put your gun up when there's no enemies left in the room, so that's kind of like your telltale that there's somebody left.
Mhm.
But let me get up close inside the scene on this guy so you can see this while we're working. Okay. So, do you see how the gun is sort of like shifting back and forth? Now, it's not doing it the right way right now. I need to go back in and fix it, and maybe I can do some live fixing while we take questions. But the gun is sort of like changing directions. I don't know actually why it's doing it like that. It was fixed before. So I can
Well, it's
actually
supposed to do it, yeah.
I can go into my code and fix it live. I can do it live.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. I'm just going to
Right.
shift through the entire Skype chat we've had for like the last week and try and find this
Yeah.
link. Oh, I found it.
Wow, that was
I
made
saw
it sound
question
way
on
harder.
release dates. We don't know. We're still getting to the point where we can figure out the alpha.
Mhm.
Oh, shit, where's it gone? Hey, I found the question thing. Woohoo.
Let's see.
Stick
So
it-
it's his shaking is a little bit jagged, but remember, aim in this game, your personal character accuracy is how well your character holds the gun straight, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not just like kind of magically coming out based on like the math behind how accurate you are.
Right.
Where the gun is pointing is where the bullet will go.
Yeah, so you can kind of see he's shaking the gun, but it's a little rigid now. I'm not sure what I did because it was working fine before, but now it looks a little bit goofy.
Yeah,
now
well,
he's-
generally speaking, like the lowest level guys should be kind of all over the place.
Yeah, but it should be smoother. Like he should be like kind of like the hand cam when you're out in the scene and like it looks like a
right,
camera's
right.
like-
It actually feels like it's held by hand rather than doing
yeah.
this.
Exactly. So I think I just woke up for some reason and saw me, which is weird. He should not see me. Oh, for some reason I broke the game. What did it do? I'm getting an error. You can see errors there. Return my snap object rotation.
Well, that's what we get for doing it live.
Yeah. Well, that's the point. I like this.
Yeah.
I'm basically we're starting up with code half finished and
Right,
I was in the middle of working on something and now we're starting.
Show them our lovely corpse with all the wires hanging out.
So we're just doing this, guys, while we're waiting on Sean to casually take his time.
I got
Yeah,
a
interject
question.
some questions once you got them. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is an interesting question. This, I guess, is referring more towards the Kickstarter rewards of the different outfits. And how would these outfits actually be activated in game? Would they be for story mode? This is from Marcus, the
That's a
Sniper.
very good question. I'm not sure exactly how it's done, but this kind of like exclusive in-game materials are. I think it's like a key. I think we would do it like a DLC, right? Like
Yeah.
if it was on Steam,
Essentially, yeah.
it would just be an exclusive DLC that you can't buy that we would just give you a key to. I
That
think.
would get rid of all the DRM issues of.
Exactly right,
trying
exactly. And the whole game is supposed to be completely DRM free, like everything about it.
Yeah.
If you want to install it 100 times on 100 friends' computers, like we're about that. Because
Right.
at least you paid for your copy, you know.
Mm.
Appreciate that.
Show your friends, tell them, Jesus. Get it
Yeah.
out.
Right, but then get them to buy it too, please. I'm so hungry.
I'm over
I
here
only
eating
had steak
crackers.
tartare once this week.
I'm eating crackers. Come on.
And before I sound like an asshole, I found a cheap place to get really good meat, so I'm not blowing the money, I promise.
Yeah, Esposito's is great.
Oh yeah, exactly.
You know, like 2 pounds of meat for nothing.
Yeah, I can't believe it. You can get a pound of like basically filet mignon for $8.
Mhm.
That's a pound of meat. That's a lot of meat. And Liz and I share it for dinner. It's like $4 a person. That's perfect.
Mhm.
Perfect quantities. Perfect price. It pays to be frugal when you live next to the Italian market in Philadelphia.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um, Also, to Ouroboros, like Ouroboros, I see, I get it, but it's spelled in a way I don't recognize. Um, yeah, we're not really doing it like yeah, excuse me, what am I talking about? I slept like 4 hours. Payday 2.
Mhm.
I mean, there will be DLC. I mean, that's the
Well, yeah.
easiest way to get
If you want more,
the
if you want
option.
more game, buy
Yeah,
more
right.
game.
I mean, there's going to be more DLC, but this is not like this. The answer we gave is more like that's for the exclusive stuff on the Kickstarter that they've already paid for in the sense that they backed us when we needed them.
Yeah, like
So
the
we're giving
pink,
them
the
exclusive stuff.
or the pink or the white Hank outfit stuff
Right?
like
Yeah,
that.
and the special Jesus armor and stuff like the black Jesus lab coat and that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, like that kind of special stuff. We're just gonna like unlock. Like it's just an unlock. It's just a palette swap, but it's an exclusive palette swap. And I think that's the only way we can do it is to give out specific CD keys to specific or not CD keys, excuse me, product keys to specific people based on email.
Right.
So I don't know. It's going to be tough. A lot of work to go through 1,200 people to see who gets what based on when they pledged. But I think Kickstarter lets us sort by that order. So we'll see. It's going to be tough, and it's going to take us a couple weeks to get all these keys out, but we're almost there. And I think in a week, if I can get some work done this weekend, we might have something alpha ready. Obviously, there's going to be some more bug fixing to make sure
Right.
it's
I was going to
perfect.
say like you're going to be spending a week just putting a bow on it once you got it there.
Yeah, exactly right. But it would be nice if by this next weekend, 1 week from now, if I can say, "Hey guys, look," and we'll do another podcast or whatever to show it off to say, "Look, it's feeling product complete." And all we got to do now is just make sure that it's clean for you guys, and then get it on the Steam. That's basically it. So it could happen. It could take a week to finish this, and then a week to get it out there. But that's good, right? We're finally getting there.
Yeah.
Finally getting there.
And then we can run amok while you guys play around with it.
Yeah. So let me see what is going on with this snap rotation. Return target rotation. I'm a controller. I talk a lot when I code.
Discord Kentus asked, how difficult do you intend this game to be overall? Are we expecting a generally easy experience, or is the player supposed to get their shit handed to them?
Oh, it's not.
It's,
Yeah, it's not. It's not going to be Dark Souls. At least that's not the way I envision it. We're talking about story mode, I presume. So, like, I mean, there's going to be a lot of like balancing around to try and figure out, like, because I mean, once a game stops being fun, that's when a lot of people put it down. I'm guilty of this too, especially with how like bloated my Steam library is. If I play it and it over challenges me in the first 30 minutes, I'm like, look, I got other games to play.
yeah.
So like that's something I'd really like to try and balance out how much fun you're having versus like, of course, you know, it's got to be challenging or else the fun's not worth it. We'd probably just kind of like play around with different difficulty modes, like for your more hardcore realists, like just really ramp up the damage for guns, or make like a tourist mode for people who just want to see like, you know, all the cutscenes and what have you we're going to be making.
That wouldn't be too bad. I'm down with that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the way I see it. Like, I want like the normal mode to actually be normal and like just kind of an all-around challenge.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like, I don't know. I think you've covered it. I think that about covers it. We do need a casual gameplay mode, like a little tiny baby mode where you.
Well, I
call
like
it tourist
I like
mode,
tourist mode. I mean, like we could call it like, you know, little baby mode, like classic Wolfenstein, where they stick a little baby bib on you and say, "Go for it."
Right. I think at this point we haven't even gotten to the point where we're trying to test out the difficulty yet. We're still at the point where we're trying to make sure the maps are playable, and by that I mean that the camera is set in such a way where you can even like click around and maneuver it. You know, like we're trying to make sure that the game interface is not difficult before we move on to balancing out the combat scenarios.
Right, right. That's why we plan on a lot of player feedback once the alpha is out. Is it too hard? Is it too easy? The bad guys get stuck here, here, and here. Blah blah blah. So.
The puppy's being good. She's chewing on my internet cable, but she's fine.
You don't need that.
I don't. Yeah, I'll just switch to Wi-Fi. Who cares?
Where is it?
I can do that, right?
Lysoher, maybe?
Mhm.
I don't know how to say the name. Will weapon upgrades only apply to guns, or can they be applied to melee weapons?
They're going to be applying to melee weapons. I haven't implemented it yet because of all the work that I've been putting into firearms. It won't be quite as extensive as the firearm modifications. Mostly stuff like changing the material of the weapon, or changing like if it has some sort of elemental power, i.e., you strap a battery to your hip and suddenly you got like an electro sword, that sort of thing. It won't be like quite as extensive as like extending a barrel or shortening a barrel and like putting a silencer and then like a big old like drum mag.
Right.
There will be mods, but it won't be quite as centerpiece as how proud I am of the firearm modification.
Yeah, it'll be cool, and there will be a lot more modification, I assume, down the line when like we have more craftable stuff available in Zed Survival.
I mean, like we're really just coming out of the gate with like I think the weapon modification as it stands right now is great, fantastic even.
Exactly.
We just need an interface to make it more doable, and then once we're there, like you can make all sorts of silly guns.
Yeah.
And then once we're there, I just go into Blender and start churning out things for you.
Can you tell Matt also on this feed here how inaccurate my gun is when I'm not aiming, and I'm clicking, so there's no recoil. So this is a grunt trying to use the AR-15, I think.
Yeah.
Which is one of the more accurate guns in the game, right?
Right. So it's shooting right where it's supposed to. It's just he doesn't know how to shoot.
The gun is fine. Just the handler is not so great. The guy firing.
Yeah. No, that's perfect because I want it to be kind of like become a bullet storm where the guys aren't pegging you constantly from 20 meters.
Right. I turned down their ability to hit you. Like their inherent like inability to like aim the right way is more in favor of the player now, except for like higher level guys. So there's a bigger scope where grunts can't hit the broadside of a barn. Agents are generally not good. Engineers are pretty good, and Zoldats are about as good as it's going to get.
Yeah.
And then from there, there's levels of accuracy that just don't, or like surgical, that don't even need describing. So I can switch to using my aim, bracing to aim, and you can see that the bullets don't travel outside the sign over there that I'm firing at.
Yeah.
Which is another way of saying when you brace your gun, your aim goes up as well as your recoil goes down with every shot.
Right.
And your recovery goes up as well.
Yeah. The balance being, of course, that you can't move quite as fast.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
So I feel like this character just isn't updating his what I'm calling his inaccuracy position, which is like how far out of the way his gun is trying to go. Let me see if I can show you again. I just have to play with it more because there's a lot of calculations that go into this. Just watching that gun move around like that. See, why does this guy... He keeps shooting at me. There's no reason he should be seeing me.
You could use the gun to remove that ability.
Yeah, now I'm definitely out of his way. Because I have it set so my gun keeps on going up into the braced position, aiming towards the ceiling.
Oh.
Because if I kill him, and then I can't like zoom in here in the edit mode and do this. So yeah, you can see how jiggly the grunt is with his weapon.
Right.
He's not good. But it's too jerky. I need to make the transition smoother. Yeah.
Okay. We got any more questions? I'm sure we do.
Yeah. Sanderson asked, in the final product, will we have access to less conventional arms, such as flamethrowers and nail guns? Please tell the truth.
That's just a thing we say.
No, we are complete liars. No, I want that stuff in sort of like how it was in Madness Interactive, the flamethrowers.
Yeah.
We already, Swain already has a really good flame shader in effect. Like, it wouldn't be a problem. It's just a matter of creating the things. Like I said, the bulk of my weapon creation has just been on getting these conventionals done, and then I want to get into your Quake 1 style, like double-barreled nail guns or like that chain nail gun, stuff like that. If you mean like a nail gun as in like the home repair tool, I don't see why not. I know that once the alpha is out, we're way further on, I'm going to start listening a little harder to what people want as far as weaponry goes, because once I exhaust my own personal ideas, I'm going to be starting to, like take a listen to what everyone's up wants.
Yeah.
So.
Battleman Tot asked, will story mode be made into episodes like the first game? And I assume there would be released.
Oh, like
in
I would look at
pieces.
episodes as DLC. This is going to be a complete game before I start using the magic word DLC.
Yeah.
You're going to get the complete experience start to finish in story mode.
Yeah,
But
you'll
we'll
have a
have
full
other
game.
future modes, yeah.
Yeah, I know I want to do another half step before we go on to Project Nexus 3, and of course, when I say that word, that's years from now.
Yeah.
It was in my mind when I put this together, or when Swain and I put this together, rather, to have it like a trilogy of sorts, because this is just the road to Nevada. We got that ledge there for a reason. They're going to eventually be going down, and blah blah blah. More stuff will be happening.
Yeah.
This is just sort of like the second episode, really, the low point, I guess you would call it in a trilogy.
Yeah.
In tone, I mean.
Can you, on the feed, or rather on the stream on Skype, the screen share, I guess, can you see the purple line coming from the guy?
Yeah.
Yes,
Because he's
it's
aiming.
coming from his chest.
Yeah, that's generally where he's looking at.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see his inaccuracy. He's out of bullets, so he's not firing now. That is not his gun's inaccuracy, which you'll see the gun shakes a little bit more often than the.
Yeah,
And that does- it's
they're
hard
not
to see.
perpendicular. Yeah.
But that is basically that purple line represents his. I see he's trying to get to a waypoint, but he can't get to it because he's like right outside of it, so he's like inching nowhere. So I'll have to turn up the speed on that. But yeah, he's like that's basically if he had a mouse cursor, then that's where his mouse cursor is because he's just that level of not good at the game, the
Right.
grunt, that he may not actually be able to like hit you. So it's not just his character skill and accuracy or his guns and accuracy. It's also he as a character is not any good at aiming, in addition to his inaccuracy.
Mhm.
I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, it does, because imagine him using like a gun that's also very inaccurate, and
Yeah.
his shots will be just going all over the place.
Right, right because he's got a gun that's inaccurate. Well, he could. He doesn't in this case.
And then it balances out, and every shot hits.
Yeah, and then right, it can. It absolutely can. But he's also got his character skill where his gun like shakes in his hands.
Mhm.
But then what you're seeing there is another level of inaccuracy that represents that if he was a player, then this is a player that does not know how to move his mouse cursor on top of an enemy to fire.
Right.
So he's just bad. It's basically he's a bot, you know?
Right.
I don't know if that's just too much, if we don't need that, but I like it because you'll see. Let me go back here to game mode. Here.
We got any more
There we go.
questions along?
So
Yep.
you'll see as I move, he's having trouble tracking me with this purple thing. Like it's like I
Doesn't
can
look
move
like
around
he's
him,
trying. Oh wait, yeah, he is.
and he's like I can't stay on you.
Right, right.
So if he was firing at me, he'd be missing me. It'd be like every action
incentive
movie
for the
where
player
they
to
just
move
can't
around,
see the
yeah.
Yeah. Marcus the Sniper asked, when Hank dies. That's not really a question. That's a demand.
when Hank dies, what?
When Hank dies, you should add Deimos and Sanford goes back and turns him into Mag Hank. Now, I don't even think Mag Hank was confirmed for Nexus 2, but
I don't remember confirming.
This predates that, considering Sanford and Demos are alive.
This is true. Yeah, Demos isn't dead.
Not that this is entirely canon, but we're not trying to screw everything up.
Madness canon. Come on, these are two words that don't match.
That's right. That's silly. I'm a bird plane.
All right.
Nice.
Fire away. More questions for the question god.
Give me some questions,
I'm
Damien.
looking for good questions here, okay?
Hey,
I saw-
Sean, I'm here. Are you looking at the November 1st questions list?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Where are you
Uh,
in
like
it? I'm just
four
trying to.
from the bottom-ish.
Oh, okay. So we're almost at the bottom. All right.
A lot of these are kind of, yeah.
See, this one keeps coming up. Raiden Slicer.
Okay. Let's go with his one then. Unless you guys have already done it.
No,
I don't know.
think
Fire
so.
away.
Oh,
Okay,
well,
Radin Slicer asks, my question, one, if Flash supported such a file size for the first PN, how do you think the game would be now? And for PN2, how many episodes do you think will be in the game? Two, if PN2 gets popular and successful, do you think it will get another sequel? Three, do you plan on ever going back to the 2D style of Madness Project Nexus 1? And then there's some more questions, but let's just go through a couple of them now.
Oh lordy! If Flash supported such a file size, where do you
For-
think the game would be now?
if there was no
like,
technical
it's,
limit with Flash, I guess.
It's really the reason we're here in Unity, isn't it? Wouldn't you say, Swain?
Yeah, I don't think there's really going to be. Hold on, my microphone is tilted down. There we go. That's better. I don't think there's really much of an issue with file size in this game. We're
Well,
only at
Well, he's asking more like where would we be if like hypothetically Flash were limitless.
I got it. I misunderstood. Okay.
That's all right.
If Flash, well, honestly, we'd probably be making the next Flash game, and then
Right.
the next one after that, because that's what we knew, and we had a nice, comfy, cushy little job. Moving to Unity, I'm glad we did it. I'm glad that I can finally take myself seriously as a game programmer, or at least I'm on the path to do it.
Yeah, I actually make things
after
in
we actually
3D.
release
It's kind of
something,
neat.
right? But
I don't know.
so, yeah,
I feel like
felt
it was a. I
Flash
feel
games
like it
don't
was,
feel like real games to me. Like when you play them, if you play a real pro game like a Bobo's Big Adventure, fine.
Mhm.
That's because Bomb Tudes and all those guys are like awesome and they know what they're doing. They've been doing it a long time. But like with us, I don't know. Like Project Nexus 1, it did feel like a real game, but it felt like the beginning of a real game that we never got to finish. You know what I mean?
yeah, because there was so much stuff that we wanted to do, just couldn't get around to because
Yeah.
Flash was just falling apart.
Same way that you described it already for that previous question, that we had a oh, the dog keeps trying to climb up in my lap. All right, you stupid idiot.
Bring her on
Um,
the show.
Here, can you? I'm shaking her. Can you hear it?
shake
Oh,
baby.
you're gonna have to go down, Winnie. So we like you were saying in that previous question, Project Nexus 1 was going to be just a game. Then we were going to release Project Nexus 2 was going to be like the Road to Nevada, right? Then Project Nexus 3 was going to be at the Nevada core, and like we had all these big plans. Now for this game, I know we're going to try to do as much as we can with both the road to. We're kind of skipping over the Road to Nevada. That's kind of where the game starts, right?
Yeah, like we're here in the Nevadian city core. Yeah.
Yeah, and then so you're making your way to the core and all the revelations that come along with that. And we're trying to make a nice big fat game out of this. And I have some ideas I want to talk about too, as far as how we're going to design that, but I don't want to railroad the questions right now.
Right. The next one, the next part of that was if it gets popular, do you think it'll get another sequel? Simple answer: yes, absolutely.
This game, yes. Like the
Yes.
Flash game, no, of course not.
Yeah,
This is the
and
sequel.
Do we ever plan on going back to the 2D style of Madness Project Nexus 1? I'm going to say it doesn't look great because I kind of really like 3D, and I think you guys will too, especially
Yeah,
the way it
it's-
plays.
It's a much better game than the last one. The last one was a nice, cool Madness experience where you get to sort of like, aside from a couple of UI elements that you would never see in a cartoon for Madness, besides that, it was kind of like being in a Madness cartoon. We did the best we could with the
and,
system.
and it was pretty cool. And the last one from this giant pile of questions we got there was, will PN2 have episodic DLC? Is the game still going to have episodes like the original? And as far as I'm concerned, I don't really like thinking about like DLC that large. The only DLC I have in mind right now is like after the game is released.
Well, I don't know
Yeah.
if they're referring to, I don't think they mean like paid DLC, as in you release,
Oh
first
no,
bit,
no,
and then you
no!
say-
I misunderstood. Yeah.
Oh, well, we're probably gonna have to do that with like Zed Survival, just because we want to get the game finished, and then this kind of relates to the question that we had last week concerning like what levels will each alpha be at, something like that.
Right.
We talked about how arena mode is going to go into beta when story goes into alpha, and then that'll advance, and
Right.
arena will be done, and story will be in beta. That might have to be some sort of DLC. We think, I guess. I'm not sure the best way to do it, but like just right off the bat, I'm pretty certain that Zed Survival is going to have to be a DLC because we need the game out. We need people playing it while we're working on a completely different game system. And that's fine by me. We're still going to do it, and that's still going to be part of the game, like free as far as I'm concerned, because people paid for it by kickstarting that. That was the whole point.
Right,
So,
right. Everything that we promised in the Kickstarter will not be DLC. It'll just be coming along with the game, like when we get it done.
let's run around this area. So we have something going on while we're talking.
Now, speaking of the 2D and the animation style that you guys are moving toward, how do you feel? How much visual differences are there going to be between the what you guys imagine the end goal is going to be in using 3D versus the original cartoon series? Do you feel like things like the cell shading, the different shaders you're using for the actual colors of the characters and textures are going to be close to the show, or do you feel like it's going to continue to be an evolution?
This is definitely an evolution. I think I've been answering too many. Go for it, Swain.
Oh, well, all I know is that, first off, we are trying to kind of stay loyal to the concept of Madness, where in this stage where we haven't set up any colors yet, it's still just like gray and white light. This is one of the deathmatch stages we're playing with right now. You wanted to show this off, right, Matt? I'm not spoiling anything that you were hoping to keep hidden?
No, you're fine.
Okay. In a map like this, for example, right now everything is very gray. We may stick with that as the palette choice because it feels very Madnessy. Granted, it's top-down. It kind of has to be with the sort of stage design we're playing with here.
Yeah, this map has a
Um,
lot of depth to it.
Is this
Yeah.
also without any of your lighting editing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
there
shadows
needs-
aren't on in here. Let me turn some of those things on,
Yeah. Also,
and
I
then you'll see.
this map still needs like street lights and stuff
So
floating
this
around.
is kind of like the base map being
Yeah.
just put in without any of the.
It's like it's full
effects.
of all the decorations that it needs, but it needs more effects. Street
Yeah.
lamps. I don't even think there are lamps on the walls.
Actually, I think the shadows. Yeah, shadows are
Okay.
on. I'm just
No,
so
those
far
are there.
from
See
the
them
camera,
street
it's not
lights
really-
up
Oh my
there? They
God,
need
what
to
the
be on
hell
the
is
ground
that?
too. Well, that's the AI figuring out the map.
That was the pathfinding, was it?
Oh yeah, I can show you. Let me play in and pause again.
What the hell?
So this is how we look at it and know that the pathfinding is working. You can pause it. There we go. It looks
It looks like
like a sewing, like a knit spider web or
it's like
something.
the Matrix.
Yeah. So you can see areas where we haven't finished this yet. So you can see areas where this node here. You probably can't see my cursor, but like.
Yeah, we can.
Oh, can you? Okay. So this node here can see this node here. So any character may think, I want to get to this from where I'm sitting over here to this crate over here. He will then decide the quickest way to get there is to walk from this point to this point to that point, which is wrong.
Yeah, he'll
And
get
then this
stuck.
is okay. Like he can walk off this ledge.
Oh
so
yeah,
that's all right.
absolutely. It's just a matter of putting up the path block.
Yeah, and I can also have it. This is calculated at the beginning of every stage, so when you load a game, this is one of those things that's taking a while. That's why the screen stays black for a moment, as it's calculating this. I'm going to set it so we can pre-bake it, so those calculations are done. And anytime we make a change to the stage, we'll have to recalculate, but that's fine because we're doing it every time we play the game for testing anyway. So this would be a lot faster.
This is one of the reasons the game's taking so long to make.
This
This stuff is all
pathfinding.
automated too. Like
this
it's
part, yeah.
basically every node is assigned a color, and you can see like this node right here is green, and it's showing green lines in every direction towards every other node that it can see. So it thinks it can go from here to here, which is bad because it needs to know it has to go from here to here to here. So buildings and constructions like this building here. I just noticed that cool crack there. Buildings like this will have to put up path blockers that make it so people know they can jump off the side, but can't just walk up this way. Like they can't just jump the wall.
One-way
That's not
blocking,
possible.
yeah.
Alright.
So those are things we're going to have to add in, either in Unity or just set them up inside of Blender, which Blender would be fine. Like we can just grab vertex, right? Vertex, and extrude and drag up and just create a wall.
Right.
And then we'll make sure that that wall is facing outwards and not inward as far as the normal is concerned. Make sure it's its own object, and then bam, we have a perfect little shield there, so people don't think they can actually climb over the sides of these. Of these
You know what? I'm
rocks.
gonna make sure I get you a new FBX with that done to these maps.
Yeah, and just in case, like the way I'm describing it, because again, 4 hours of sleep, it makes perfect sense in my brain skull. But
No, it's
when
fine. I
say
speak
it,
Swain.
maybe-
I speak Swain well enough.
Yes. Well, sometimes I get a bit jargony, and I can't stop myself. So I like how these guys actually go down here like they were drainage canals.
Right.
Actually, speaking of which, maybe we can get some like a drainage thing there. You know, like
Oh,
a
shit.
grill or something
Why
there.
didn't I put a grill there?
Because that's what that looks like, right? Like a cool canal.
I'm a big dum-dum. I didn't put like something there.
Oh, I see these guys are floating out here.
What the hell happened?
I like
Is there
this.
any kind of water effects in the game, or has there ever been in Madness?
No.
I don't think there's been like
No. Well, it's a
the
desert,
water.
so that's never.
Yeah, I think like the most you'll ever see is someone spilling a cup of water or something.
Yeah. I
think
wonder
that
if
was
I
in
can add
5.5.
some like a quick Unity, like water or something like that.
And just drown the map. See what happens.
I never added the component. I could import it, but I just don't want to like make our file even bigger, so I'm not going to bother.
Right.
But yeah, it'd be as easy as like, you grab a 3D object, make a plane or a quad. Let's say a quad. And
I remember playing with the water effects in Unity. It's pretty,
It's okay. It's really
Yeah.
not bad.
especially for
For
something
what?
just more cosmetic than something
Yeah.
you're going to be swimming in. Like
So
a
as
smaller
far as, like-
stream or something.
I would be okay with a little bit of water here, Matt. Actually, I was thinking about that.
Okay.
some
I'd probably need
He's
to
like, all right, Swain, well then do it.
yeah, get to it, big dummy. Put it
Yeah,
before.
that,
could always
that would be on
make
me.
it cut
There's
off-
nothing artistic
Well,
about
make
it.
it cut off at the bridge then. Like the bridge is some sort of dam.
I'm just gonna mess with this map because I'm just gonna get an updated copy from you. But let's see what happens if I.
And it could always be sewer instead of water,
Right.
like
Oh, just like sludge.
sewage. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it could be
so we could kill Crinkles for what he did to Demos. I'm reading all these comments here. I got a mark on my head.
Don't worry, he's in Project Nexus 2, you're fine.
Yeah, you can always revisit him.
It's where he went after he died.
Right, he went to 3D.
Yeah, Nexus 2 is the purgatory.
Yeah, like that weird Simpsons Halloween episode. Where
Oh,
Homer
jeez, yeah. Back when 3D was like weird and crazy.
Ooh, donuts. All right,
So when you guys are toying around with some of these levels, being that it's relatively early in development for level design, what type of things are you considering with experimentation in both like the themes as well as some of the technologies or techniques you're using to create them?
Generally speaking, I'm kind of moving on a sliding bar of completely decimated to industrial and functional. Like this map is kind of somewhere in the middle. Like you'll see, like it's kind of messed up. This was clearly like a stage built for just fighting. It's not like the industrial zone where it's like it's an industrial zone, but now you've got some people running around in it.
I want to see what this the stage looks like with a less like a steeper camera, less
I
less
see.
depth.
But
Let's see.
yeah, like overall, like the design has just been like really kind of gray, drab, and just decimated. The experimentation, such that I keep referring back to the notes that I took during the Kickstarter, like the different kinds of levels and what they would require. Like we have the mining sector. I'm really happy with that map, but it feels more like a story map than a deathmatch map. That's why, like, just playing it for these streams doesn't seem to be too exciting because it's clearly just a path downwards. Just a straight fight battle to the end. So, and that's like sometimes what happens when you design a map. Like the way it's shaped just isn't very conducive for this sort of deathmatch or bot match or arena mode. I mean, it'll still be an arena map. I want to see if people even enjoy it enough to leave it there. But
yeah, worst case scenario, even if it's a map that's like, oh well, we can tell that they were just learning. It's not a very good map. Or
I
something.
mean, yeah, you play
way.
any game, and you'll see
We'll make more maps, and we'll keep this one in still, and who cares?
Yeah,
just
if you don't
play
like it, don't play it. I'm
Exactly.
sure it'll have its fans.
Yeah.
Are you taking any inspiration from other games as far as level design or arena maps that kind of fold or loop into each other over and over again? So though you're following a hallway, you'll lead it back to a hub and you'll have a different area to go to after. Are you considering that in your level design, or do you feel like it's more similar to what we're seeing in this deathmatch map? It's a stage, it's open, it's kind of like one conducive area that you can run around in.
This one is different. This one, it's hard to tell, and I can show you.
Yeah, I was going to say because it has clear paths of combat. Like you'll see those balconies in the back. They're one ways. They're very quick ways for someone to get from one base into the center area, but you can't use that way to get back. So like the map was definitely built with flow in mind. Again, I'm really, really eager to see this played by people so that I can see where they get stuck, what they get frustrated at, this, that, and the other. Like I said, like I'm just toying with things that I know and understand from other games, and like using first-person shooters like Unreal Tournament, I just can't do that in level design because you don't view the map like you do in a first-person shooter. So, having that intricate of pathways in and under and around itself is just going to take a lot of playing around with to even get close to.
Yeah.
And you don't think you could use the room systems that you guys are creating to achieve something like that? Like on a macro level with flow, but not necessarily on the individual rooms?
Oh, absolutely. After I made the apartments, I was kind of upset with myself because there was absolutely no flow to it. If you'll remember, it's just sort of like a tree, kind of the way it's built. I just know that like the next time I get to making a map that's consistent of little tiny rooms, that they're going to be a lot more interconnected. Yeah. It'll need a lot more like labeling of the walls and stuff to let you know whereabouts you are. There was
so without a mini-map system where, there's only so much we can do. And I want to try to put one together, but it's complicated, and I could talk about it for 20 minutes. I could talk about anything for 20 minutes, but...
Yeah, just get us going. Well, like, there was also that other map that's... God, what was it? I can't even remember what it was called, but on the left side you had the barracks, and on the right side you had the offices. If I could find a way to make them connect in the back, that would make for a really neat loop centered around kind of a central base. But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that map is done, and I'm just going to take the lessons that I took from it and apply them to the next one, rather than try and lament over making one broken map perfect.
Yeah.
Can you kind of tell here, Sterling, in this stage, how this deathmatch stage is? It's clearly two bases.
Yeah.
So there's a team deathmatch area. Of course, we could totally turn it into a free for all if we wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Just have spawn points all over.
Yeah, I want to have
set
like
those up.
we won't do red and blue team. We'll do red and green,
Yeah, we'll do gray and white, gray and dark gray.
gray and dark gray. Yeah, I mean, can't you see it's already like team white and team off white?
We could always do red and yellow, Jeebus,
Oh, hey, I like that.
Auditor,
Yeah, like like
the
white.
halos.
Yeah, white, yellow. Just any of the madness colors can be a team.
Yeah.
Target rich environment.
Oh boy, look at your combo, son.
Oh, I've got a machine gun. Can I? Oh, I couldn't kill everybody with one pull of the trigger.
You
You
bum.
did pretty well considering.
Yeah. Well, now
Game's
you,
not slowing down. It's hard to tell for you guys, but game is going fine. You can see the silhouettes in action again. I love
yeah.
them.
For some reason, it chugs really bad on mine in the when the editor is running.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, the editor's a drain. That's always going to be the case.
Yeah, that's my problem.
You like my yellow river of piss?
Someone needs to see the doctor.
So when Matt, when going over some of the artistic design of Madness, when you're adding things like lights or particle effects, do you feel if there's a challenge trying to incorporate those type of things into the Madness style? Some things that are more gradient than what we've seen before?
Yeesh. Usually, I just start by putting them where it would make sense, and then removing them where it doesn't work for the game. I don't play around with lights a whole lot more aside from that. It just feels like just putting them where they're supposed to be, like where it would make sense. Functions pretty dang good, considering what they're supposed to do. Really, just liven the place up. The gameplay isn't such that you're supposed to be using these lights to find people. It's not like a flashlight in a video game. It's really just flare, and so putting it where you expect it to be works out pretty well for us. Swain, what have you done?
It's that one room.
Oh,
It feels
yeah.
tricky when he's still alive and he's got the
There's
jetpack.
blood flying out of his head.
Yeah, there's blood coming out. Yeah, we could totally do that. Like we could just have events that just trigger like the room just fills with a quad with no collider,
Right,
and the
right.
floor just fills with blood. Like why the hell not?
Right. Just right up to your waist.
Yeah. Exactly. Some creepy.
How
creeps.
dynamic are the levels going to be considering you're able to do this in the editor? Do you feel like the environments will be more static, or will you try, particularly in story mode, to mix things up, breaking them apart while you go through a level, similar to what we saw toward the later episodes in Madness?
I mean, I'd like to see that. Story mode, I don't see quite as much of a call for it. However, game like the zombie survival mode is going to be all about that. Like everything will be more or less procedural. Like
Yeah.
it takes a seed and says, okay, we're going to build like X number of buildings with Y number of rooms inside connected by these various doors. But in story mode, like I only see that happening for times when like we really want to change it up. Like the final boss tower would be a great place to put that sort of random variation, so that each run isn't the same. But it won't be like drastically different. Like it won't be
Yeah.
like one of them is piss easy and the other is like way too hard. It's just gonna be more like a maze that is a little different every time. I could see that happening, but honestly, I haven't put a whole lot of thought into it. I mean, our system is will work with it, considering like all these rooms we've put together. I mean, it's just a matter of whether or not I can get Swain to do that while he's busy as hell with everything else I throw at him.
Yep, it's a work in progress. It'll always be a work in progress.
Yeah, I didn't mean to throw you on blast there, Swain.
Somebody help.
Okay, we'll go on to some more questions. Sean, do you want to ask any, or?
Let me listen.
Fine, never mind.
Okay.
Oh, hey, it's the test room, my favorite.
Christ.
This place is like a baby crib.
Right, the Scouter1542 asked, will there be Easter eggs in the game or any secret achievements? Well, it wouldn't be a secret if you're told. Well, I guess you could say if there are, but you can't say what they are.
There's hot dogs. Try and find them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean's already been trying, but
Yeah, can we get Devin or Cheshire to make like a Pokemon kind of... We could basically rip off what South Park ripped off of Pokemon with the Chim Pokemon thing. And it could be with hot dogs.
I don't understand the connection between
Oh,
Pokemon
no,
and
how
hot
about
dogs.
this? Here we go.
You have to
We'll
catch
do
them
like
all.
in
You have to eat them all.
In Tom Fulp's The Room game, the Flash game, how you have to collect all the different kinds of spoons.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
There
Oh,
you
that's-
go. There you go.
Maybe the hot dogs are like integral to the end. We'll have that shitty ending that you see so many video games have, where you beat the final boss and he says, "Well, you didn't collect enough hot dogs, so you don't."
Oh
get
yeah, that was the
good
end of
ending."
Hotline Miami. If you didn't
Yeah.
get all the little puzzle pieces around all the stages, you
Yeah.
got this really like cop out ending where the guys are like, "Oh, You beat the game. Oh, it's all just a big game. Like it's supposed to be this meta joke between the programmers.
Right.
But that's the main ending. It's not, but it might as well be because that's the only
Because
one.
your ass ain't going back to pick up the puzzle pieces unless
No,
you're insane.
I tried. There was two of them I couldn't find. I had to cheat it just so I can get the real ending.
Right. And you ain't watching that on YouTube.
No, I couldn't believe I didn't even see these two. So stupid.
Happens.
Just dumb. What do I need? I need an AN-15. I could really go for an AN-15 right
Why don't you use the other guns? God, there's more than just that.
Because I'm testing accuracy, so this is like,
Yeah, that is kind of the accurate rifle.
yeah.
Meth
Look how
asked-
jittery he is. That's much better.
Meth asked his next question because I can't read.
Okay.
It's a long one.
Discord Cantus asks, how many apotheosis trees are planned, and how many will you be able to spec into at any one time? Will there be apotheosis trees for abilities other than the ones we can see with canon characters? Those being bullet time, telekinesis, hovering mag, and whatever the hell the auditor's abilities are called. What about some of Tricky's skills, like bouncing all over the place, or a temporary super mode?
I'm looking at my little papers here.
This is why I got him. To
I know that we got like the auditor, the Hank, like the Jesus superpowers. You'll only be able to spec into one. Like once you're in one, like that's kind of your tree, and further customization can occur within that. Ultimately, you'd like to try and fill the whole thing out, but as I remember it, I don't know. Swain's notes might be different, but I'm looking at like this drawing I have of like Ultra Gunsmith. It was like something supposed to be different from Hank. Like where he can actually like punch while shooting the gun to like add damage to firearms just by being him, you know. So like stuff like that. We haven't like it's all on paper right now as far as apotheosis trees because we're just not there yet. We need like the skill system working. Well, actually, it is working pretty damn good. Before we move on to that.
Yeah. There we go. So that you can kind of see my gun is really jittery. It's playing with it for a second. You lose the jitter when you put your gun up. You're like, oh hey. Oh, you know what I haven't tested yet? Let me go into my stats. I have to open it. I'm going to turn off that I start with every skill because you hold your. I'll put a pistol on this time, maybe the Otis or something, because you hold your gun to the side like a retard.
like a doof.
Yeah. Sorry, we're nice to retards on here. We don't make fun of retards.
I happen to be one.
That's. I know. That's why I feel so connected. Skills. Have skill. Have skill.
Do you have the bridge map, like the one I gave you? Does that one working?
Yeah, we can pop into that one too.
Yeah. I just want to show them lots of variation.
Let's try this out though. Let's get the Otis. Cool. Okay, so I should hold the gun like an idiot, like a real sport, like a real champ.
Real piece of work.
Yeah, real something. All right, there we go. I'll pop in here so you can actually see it. So look at him try to hold it. He's like, I've obviously got a squeaky amount.
He's not very good at this.
No, I
think about
I
you
love
to
it how
smooth-
it's somewhat tilted to the side as well.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
very
yeah. That's
tilted to the
because right,
side.
you basically ghetto hold it. Oh, he's just walking up to me because, hey, you hold it like an idiot.
Yeah, he's gonna beat you up for being a
He's like a
dum-dum.
gangster.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you hold your gun when you're not trained. The very first level of ranged will get rid of that. And because I have it using the same accuracy system, you're like basically you hold it to the side, but I should just make it misfire or something.
Make him hold it upside down.
Well, and fire with his pinkies, like that anime I hear about.
Like the barrel.
No, that's the ultimate level. Once you get up to there, you can hold it however you want.
Yeah, it's all smooth sailing.
Now, I'm guessing this system will also be for the AI grunts as well, depending on what level of difficulty you're at, and as well as what rank they are. Is that going to be true, or are you going to fiddle around with that to give them a little more personality, or randomize it so each grunt, even in its own squad, will have a little personality?
I would like that more in like deathmatch or maybe not arena. More deathmatch and definitely everybody's an NPC in Zed Survival. It's not like, oh, this is a bandit. He has bandit stats. Everybody will be randomized.
Yeah.
See, this is a little bit more subtle. It's like he's still inaccurate and his gun is like really waving around. But I don't like that it's just jolting. I basically have to smooth this out. And the more smoothing I do, the more math there is. And the more math there is per guy on the screen. Oh, he's walking over to me again. He's like, listen, you're still not doing it right.
Give that to me. Oh, he forgot that it was an automatic.
That was
Yeah. Let's bring him back to do it again.
it's a large circle.
Yeah, it's not a it's hard to hold down. So even if that were like a higher level character, he'd have a
Yeah,
hard
my,
time
my
keeping
character has no
still.
skill whatsoever in this gun. So we
Well,
can
the
see
stability is
damage I've done.
garbage. Oh god,
Oh, yeah,
nice.
people can actually see real-time damage, like on the guy. Here's one of the things I'm really proud of that I coded myself, is that the blood doesn't cover the black areas on,
Mhm.
like, as you can see, that's the cross from his face. The blood does not cover that, but the holes, of course, will punch in it. You can kind of
Mhm.
see his apple core on the inside, as we call it.
All right.
You can also see the reflective specular light on the blood.
Just
Yeah,
freaking
there's
gorgeous.
more. That's where it doesn't line up yet, but we're working on it. We'll get there eventually.
Right.
Mhm.
But yeah, oh yeah, I love that little tiny bullet holes, puncture holes in them.
Right.
Those
because
look really good.
yeah, the weapon damage from this gun is particularly low per round, so the holes are nice and small. It's
Right.
a really cool effect.
As opposed to like, let's equip me with the with one of those like mega weapons that I invented, like test gun.
Oh
Tested
god.
good.
I was gonna say use the 19 or the 9011. That's a pretty powerful pistol.
When's the
Here we go.
grenade
Let's
launcher
set this
going to
to
get
6
bumped up?
damage.
The grenade launcher's already in, and it's plenty pumped up.
So this one may look
We
like a
need more.
deagle. It's not a desert eagle, but it's
It's a super Desert Eagle.
yeah, it's a super desert eagle.
Why did you put like a?
Jesus Christ.
Ouch.
Hey idiot.
Is it a
Oh
seagull?
god, jeez,
Actually, in game, it's called a Neagle.
Oh, God.
an eagle.
Nevadian Deagle. Come on.
I'm sorry for not keeping up.
God, do you see like the giant bullet
Whoa.
holes it's putting
Oh,
in
you
the
can
ground?
see this thing is so powerful it's shaking the box like crazy. We have to put a cap on how much things shake. I forgot about that.
I like
the
how
bullet
big the
holes are
holes-
they're way too big.
No, that's perfect because the damage coming out of this gun is like equivalent to like a what's that one fucking giant Russian anti-tank rifle,
Oh yeah,
the
Or the-
PTRD or something.
Or what was that? That revolver that is so big that it like you can't actually carry it. It has to be like braced
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the like on the
Yeah.
surface.
Wait, can
It's-
you
it's like
zoom
a
in on that
novelty
character
weapon.
to see the damage that have been done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Revive, pause, and let's see them. I think all the holes are just gonna be too.
Hello,
damn
my
big.
little friend. So you can see also the seams. That's just something I'm going to have to work on. This is not a very difficult fix, but I don't have the code in yet to do it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's to be fixed after bigger things.
Yeah, I'll be getting to it. I'll be getting.
But
to
I
it.
mean, at a glance, it looks fantastic. Still,
Yeah, it looks fine. I think it looks great. On the front of the head, I think it looks phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Also, I don't know if you can tell, but Matt, see how there's no like that area right there.
Yeah, the edge lighting is missing, which is
Yeah, the
great.
edge lighting is missing there that you see around the rest of it, and also, like, oh, you can kind of see there.
Ooh, I
that-
saw a little
that-
bit of ghosting. Yeah.
That is, yeah, but that is from something else. That is from
That's from the
this
door
being a
frame,
weird attack. That's that's just something else being weird.
That's
It's
like
actually
minuscule
not
problems.
bad.
No, that's of the problems we have with the game. That's nothing.
Yeah, I could actually fix that in a second. So long as everything else is visible, like you can't see like usually so people know what we're talking about. The hole in the head, like right there, you can see it's kind of getting rid of the light a bit.
Yeah.
Or no, it's not. That's just a shadow from the inside. I just have to get rid of that. That's no big deal. But this would basically cut holes. The area of the head that's missing due to texture was getting rid of like those alpha things in the back, like the bullet holes, the blood splats.
Right.
If a wall had a door on it, it was changing when it gets drawn to the screen, and that change in order was causing that area to become vacant. So you would see like a portal to the other side,
Right.
meaning you just see black back there. And it looked terrible. It looked absolutely terrible, but I fixed it. It's fixed forever,
Well done.
so we don't have to worry about that
He
crap.
says.
You die. Oh, let's make this an automatic weapon. Why haven't we done that yet?
They could shoot like 5 at a time too.
Okay. Okay, so actually, what ammo is it using?
Dual wield them.
To my dude. Test good. Test ammo. Okay, so we can set the test ammo to fire 20 shots. And let's set the gun itself.
Oh god.
So people, I like this. I like that people can kind of see how we've set up these stat cards. You can see all the different statistics for the way that a gun is put together. Let's make it so it's rate of fire. What are we at right now? 500? I like 2,000 rounds per minute.
God.
Is it full auto?
Yes, and it has, what is my ammo? 30? No.
Hey, you're gonna plow through that and nothing.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. That's not going to do. 30,000.
God.
Oh, this is going to get bad because it's going to show all of my ammo on the. Oh wait, no, never mind. I was thinking the magazines there'd be like 100 of them.
Is it kept?
No, but there's only one magazine of. It only shows the 300.
Oh my god.
Wow.
You broke it.
You're gone goofed.
Make the spread on it wild too, because it's too accurate right now.
Okay, let's hell. Why not? Okay, so that's going to be its accuracy.
Yeah, just knock that to 0.
20. Oh, all right. 5.
You and your bargaining.
I've made enough concessions. All right, so.
There.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Holy cow.
Nice
What
96
happened
hit
to
power.
you?
Look at his damage.
He has no skin.
It actually didn't put any holes in him. You know why?
Oh.
Because I killed him outside of my sweet spot range.
Oh, that's right. You can
okay.
only break them open.
What the hell?
That'll do it.
Oh my god, it's a shotgun.
Look at all the little niblets.
Niblets. Yeah. Look at them.
Oh,
Look at what Swain has
no.
done. You
Oh,
completely
no.
shorn him down to the core.
Is that what a mutant looks like?
So this will look a lot better when we have, instead of the meat globs. Oh, I love the bloody legs there.
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. God dang, that looked cool. I can't wait until like the core actually looks like a core.
Yeah.
But that's just something we threw to the wayside to have in place while I worked on other things.
Now, with the skin, you're able to remove it. Will the actual core, if you damage that enough, will it morph, or do you just want a system like this where it just shows the texture underneath?
We have ideas. Frankly, I'm happy with it the way it is right now because like right now you're zooming in on it.
Yeah.
When you're
Yeah, you'll
looking
see
at
it
it
from
from
here. This is the
when you're-
closest you'll ever see it.
Yeah, when you're a distance away from it, it looks way awesome. So awesome that like we feel like, you know, the diminishing returns thing, like if we really get into it,
Yeah.
like yeah, it's just
I want to do this to a zombie. Hold on.
I'm sorry, my brain just sort of like
Yeah, I think what Matt is saying, not trying to say, but I believe what he said is we'll do it if there's time later. We would love that, but there's just not enough time in the day, right?
Yeah.
there we go. Oh my god, do you see like the way it made a shadow on the wall from where
I
he
love
wasn't
how
standing?
it blasted him so hard he rolled as he flew.
Speaking of which, are shotguns going to work like this?
This well.
God, I hope so.
Not necessarily this well, but...
No, this is exactly how shotguns the shotgun ammo card type works.
okay.
Yeah, it has its damage and its accuracy is inherently very low, so that you get that you achieve that spread. However, like if you want to really like hammer in on one guy, you could of course extend the barrels on your shotgun
God, I love the
and
mouth
make it
on
just
it.
like a pegger. Oh yeah.
Eventually, the mouth you'll have like
The idea that we want with the mouth is that it'll like
teeth will just pop away and stuff and fly off of him.
right.
If like,
like
the teeth pop out, can you have like randomly selected teeth so each zombie's slightly different?
Yeah, what I'm gonna
Yeah.
do is I want to add pieces to every costume. Where like, what I want. All right, this is what I want. When you like, let's say you're wearing or the hell with it. Whether it's a costume piece or a character's body parts. In this case, let's say it's the zombie head. I'm gonna add a script where we drag and drop. Like we would go in there, we'd find the object, like that's character zombie tooth, whatever. We click it, we drag it over to the appropriate slot on a script I've created, and it'll thus register all the different things that are on a body part that when you get hit can get knocked off of you. So the working theory, and then we'll add like a percentage chance or something to each one, or you know like a damage threshold or something like that. And the idea is that we could apply this to sunglasses, where if you shoot some guy in the head, it looks at the sunglasses. It says, okay, what is a list of things on this object that will fly off if I get hit or killed? The sunglasses themselves, perfect. And then you'll see the glasses get knocked off the agent or something like that.
not unlike weapons where headshots cause or games where headshots cause the helmet to come flying off.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Very
the helmet
satisfying.
itself would be a part of it. Or like the goggles would be part of it.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
think
that-
glasses flying off would be like plenty satisfying because they're so iconic to the Madness thing.
Right, and like hell, you could like shoot a Zoldat or something, and like the little grenades on his chest may fall off. Though that might actually be ammo attached to your character, so
Right.
we'll look at it. But yeah, as for this, I don't know. I think it'll look good. We're not there yet, but we're going to do it. I love that grizzly smile. I really do. Just that like uneven. I like it zoomed in, or it just looks like he's got no teeth.
Ugh.
All right. Do you want to go for another question?
Yeah, sure.
Uh-huh.
I know it's already 4 o'clock. I'm happy to field some questions. And
Yeah, you're here till 4:30. Yeah.
yeah, 4:30 is fine by me. Liz is out doing shopping, so, and I'm watching the puppy sleep.
Oh wow.
She's cute.
Alrighty. So, Azzy Buns asks, do you guys think the Madness idea could be transferred into an RTS style game or game mode?
Not well,
Anytime soon. I mean, I guess so.
yeah.
That's sort of like what the AHW mode is going to kind of sort of maybe be
yeah,
like.
yeah. Let's say that that's real time strategy mode, like where you're not really playing a character except for maybe your boss, but we're still thinking about that.
Yeah.
Um, AHW will be great. The whole interface is just going to be a building interface and how to like equip your guys interface. Buying weapons will be very similar. You'll buy it to your like group instead of to like yourself. You know,
Right, and that's why it's so important that we get all this like infrastructure in and solid at the very base, because at that point it'll just be like an interface, like Swain was talking about. Get that down, and then you just throw dudes into an arena
Yeah,
and order them around. You know.
yeah. All of this is right. This is all just core engine stuff. That's what we've been working on for the alpha, because that's the stuff that needs to be tested so we can build entire game modes around it. That's the whole reason this has taken so long. Building arena mode will take no time at all once we actually have this engine finished.
Oh yeah.
So by alpha, we're designing stages. I'll be working on programming events into the game, making sure origins are plugged in, that kind of stuff. It'll be so easy, so freaking easy. This is the hard part. So we don't have a long wait between alpha for this and then beta for arena.
Right.
All right.
The little splats have been in since the beginning.
Look at those pixels.
Yeah,
Stop looking at my pixels.
Sean, you like that?
Oh, that's good right there.
Which one do you like? Do you like that one
I like the darker one.
or that one? And
The
then, of
red's a
course,
little flashy. I think it's a little more sensual. Oh God, no, no!
Yeah,
It's
Why
just been
is this-
sitting there staring at you.
You planned this all along.
Uh-huh.
All right. Raiden Slicer asks, if you made this 2D, you could have had an opportunity for the third game and call it Madness Project Nexus 3D.
Well, I guess you're right.
I don't call it. No. Better. Let's call it Project Nexus 64.
Yeah, this should have been Super Project Nexus.
Super Nexus boy.
Damn it, we screwed this up.
All right,
You've got all the names wrong from now on.
Yeah.
Damn.
starting the whole damn thing.
Double.
All right. Yozard asks, are you going to implement the gun Metal Storm from Russia that takes an hour to reload and is 180 barrel with 1,000 rounds in a mag and fires 1,000,000 rounds a minute?
I've seen that thing. I don't think so.
I think it's so oddly specific. That I don't think so. But I can't wait for somebody to mod the game and add
Put
it.
that in, right?
Cannot wait for that.
I mean, like Metal Storm is a little more than just like what is it? 100 guns just kind of really close to each other.
Yeah.
With like
Sounds like it.
with 100 bullets in each barrel, and just sort of. Bzzz. Well, that's 1,000,000, right? Yeah, I guess so. But no, I don't foresee that actually being in the game because I mean, why?
What type of ridiculous weapons do you want to see in the game?
Oh, geez. I know, like, double and four-barreled grenade launchers, like the breach open. I want shotguns that can be modded for chain guns modifiable with shotgun shells. I want a laser gun, but that might require Swain to, like, have the dismemberment system put in place by then.
I mean, we can still do it without the dismemberment in the sense that it's not really going to add much to the gameplay, but we'd still have laser guns in for testing, and then I can just add in the cutting and all that stuff.
And of course, like your staples of exotic weapons like spear guns, sticking people to walls with things like that. I know I want stuff like that in.
Yeah.
Now, if you were able to implement that type of gun in, could I then take that ammo type when modding a weapon and, say, attach it to something like an AK so that all my shots just stick people to walls?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe it's just going to become like a thing of like reasonability because I don't want people modding like a PPK pistol with that ability.
Right.
Perhaps.
I mean, within reason, perhaps, but at the same time, I don't know. Like, I feel like there'd have to be some levels of restrictions involved.
Yeah,
like
by
if
that
it
point.
happens, it happens only percentage of the time, so it's not a reliable feat.
Or only on a kill shot?
Yeah, right, exactly, something like that. Like if it's just cosmetic, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I mean, I want things like I want to be able to have people come in the game and grab a revolver and say I love this revolver, and then modify it to shoot lasers because they they're fans of Firefly or Serenity, and they want to have like a Malcolm Reynolds revolver that fires lasers or something.
Right.
I don't know. Not that his always
Recreating Firefly and Madness confirmed.
Stop
Yeah, why
confirming
not?
things.
Right, but you would have fought for the gray coats in this case instead of the brown coats.
Ooh.
Actually, that's not true. There are brown coats. Here,
Yeah, we have a brown coat.
Oh.
yeah, right here.
Oh.
If I'm mistaken.
Is this the Plague Doctor version?
I think so. Yeah,
Load fast.
but everything is. I guess it's.
No, he's
it's
wearing the
gray
white
now.
jacket.
You know what it is? It's the pilot. The pilot has it.
He does? No, he has his own, but it is brown, yeah.
That might be what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, because it's got like the fluff about the neck, like, classic pilot stuff.
I forget. We're in Unity. I can just pop into the gear folder. No, it's just a brown lapel.
Think about
So-
the walrus outfit.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think the walrus one is gray. Let's just go into the character stats and change it. Outfit, yeah, because I have a white jacket. Wool jacket, sewer. There it is. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's the one with the stitches. It looks kind of grody.
That's my boy. Oh wait,
Oh,
I'm saying
yeah.
pilot. Hold on. Must get out of pilot. All right.
Ooh, here's a good question. Azzybuns,
Finally.
will you be able to give custom names to gear?
Well, yeah, you're going to be able to, like, especially in arena mode, you're going to have, like, guns that will be locked down for you. That is to say, if you go into an arena match and lose or otherwise fling your gun off the map, who cares? It's gone. When you come back, it'll be there again, and naming it will be, just kind of icing on the cake.
Right. Agreed.
S070 asks, will the flesh core of abominations be partially exposed, or will they simply have a different character skin, a fleshy one, on them?
I've actually been thinking about this. I think that I don't want to just deny people the ability to have abominations be gibbed by them as they blast them. So I would be fine having it so that like they have a fleshy outside like muscular area, and then skin is part of the same body, but all that could still get blown away so you can see like the skeleton and the organs underneath. And I'd also love it if abominations, which are prone to like self-destruction, as they just are so insane that they just don't care about personal safety and well, nobody does in the Madness world, but they least of all. I like to think that they may even start a map. Winnie, stop it! The dog's being an idiot. I'm gonna let her out. I like to think you could also start a map with get out of here, you dumb though. With zombies and abominations having destruction on them, like from
Right.
the get-go, so they spawn with bodily damage.
Right, but
in
not
addition
enough,
to whatever.
not enough to, like, remove the fun of tearing them apart yourself.
Yeah, right, exactly. Just like a blast here and there to show that they've been in combat. That's all.
Mhm.
Like I'll pick a random spot, a random direction, and say they got shot once or twice by a random gun. That's what we'll do.
Could it also be a signification for how strong they are if there is variation with them? So what doesn't kill them makes them strong?
I think outside of Zed Survival, we're like we'll simulate every zombie that spawns as like a history, like it's been through this X combat and thus taken Y damage.
Yeah.
but-
it's not like zombies actually learn though when they fight.
Yeah.
They
Right,
just get
yeah.
weaker and weaker until they're killed.
Yeah, like I'm down with having different levels of zombies, like different powers of them, but that's inherent to them. They don't learn it.
Yeah.
Just for
And-
gameplay purposes.
And of
like,
course, your classic zombie tropes, some of them will be just wearing body armor because that's what they were wearing when they got bit.
yeah,
It's not like that
exactly.
zombie is particularly talented at all. He's just, lucky.
Right, and maybe the engineer mask like gives that zombie some particular ability, like the engineer was able to find weak points or some inherent thing to him as a concept, just for like story purposes. But maybe Zeds have like special things that make them less Zed-like, just
Yeah.
because they happen to be wearing Zed equipment.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, because there's been a lot of talk between me and Swain about, like, the different types of zombies. And for the longest time, I was pretty dead set on having every zombie be, like, completely the same, like, regardless of who they were beforehand. But, like, I've warmed up to, zombies being better than others. Not so much special zombies, but, like, definitely a continuum of difficult and slag nothing zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, in those cases, are you guys talking about zombies as in they will all be the kind of zombie trope we've seen in previous games, or will you have some sort of variation when it comes to that, or evolutions of zombies for different, a more dynamic range of opponents from that category?
This
I would be
zombie
down
seems
with,
to be
like,
moving
special
pretty
effects
quick.
type things. Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm looking at this zombie. He's chasing you around way quicker than the others usually do.
Yeah, because I haven't modified his stats yet. His dexterity is very high, so he's like really hoofing it.
No, I like it. I like it because, like, one of the things that I'd really like in a zombie game is that when the zombie is particularly talented, for whatever reason, you can't tell just by looking. Like you look into a room full of zombies, you just see them milling about. Some of them might come bolting at you at like the speed of light, like this little jerk here.
Yeah.
And you just wouldn't know. And like some of them might have like iron hands, like they might just grab you way too easy. You just couldn't tell.
I still like the idea more, because Sean was saying the other day about how the zombies just don't stand a chance against you in the Better Off Zed stage, the Ledge World. But that's because we don't have the horde modifiers in yet, like the last game, where the more zombies following you, between 1 and 3 zombies following you, their speed increases. At 4, they reach their max speed and they all sprint, because it's like they're in feeding frenzy mode.
Right,
So
right.
that's absolutely something I want to do again here. So
Yeah,
zombies
that's when you'll
coming
feel
at
the
you will
pain.
be like that. Of course, in Zed Survival, that kind of means that all zombies will be coming after you, so all of them will be running, which may not be fair, but we'll...
Well, yeah, we need to
Play
make
with
it so that if a zombie can't see or smell, or if you're nowhere near a zombie, he's prone to just sit still and do nothing.
Yeah, like it's more like he'll be walking towards you, but as soon as he sees you, it goes into a different level of awareness, I guess.
Right, right.
Like, I have an am-aware bullion that turns on once they've spotted you. I think I knocked his ass down. But instead I'd like an am-aware and also have contacted, meaning like
Right.
I've hit the enemy, so now I'm aware he exists, and I go to like the next stage of awareness.
Right.
And then from there, like that'll like contribute to the whole zombie squad, make their speed go up or whatever. Yeah, there we go. I like if you shove them from behind, you always shove them to the ground, so you can really abuse these guys.
Yeah, I do love the shove mechanic in this.
Yeah, it's one of my new favorite additions that really does add something to the game, and it's fun as hell.
I just can't wait to push people downstairs and stuff, or like off
Yeah.
of ledges. That's gonna be the best.
Let's set that up right now.
Like let's say you're in combat with someone who's way better than you. Like if you luck out, you get right up in his face and just shove him down some stairs and then flee, while he gets up and like chases your ass down.
Yeah, let's see. Let's go to the apartments.
Apartments, yeah, apartments has some pretty good
And let's
areas.
go to the outdoor.
I was gonna say go to bridge, but there's a railing on most of the bridge.
Let's make sure the waves are off. Yes, waves are off.
Oh, look, you can see a
It's
lot
here.
of the sea now. Well,
Oh yeah, you
Bit
can
of
see
it.
more. And now with the Phobos statue, that's going to be great. We can put
Oh,
that
yeah.
right in here if we want to in the distance. And
You want to show the kids that the picture I gave you?
yeah, could you resend it to me in this channel so I don't?
Yes, I absolutely
I'm not taking
can.
through Skype. Yeah, and I'll pop a picture open. You took a better one, right, for the Facebook?
No, I didn't.
Damn!
Not yet.
Damn
Not
it!
yet.
Damn.
I'm sorry. You know what?
It's okay.
In that case, we're just gonna leave it be. You can wait until I put the rebar and the stand under it and everything.
All right, so for right now, I'm going to move this.
I could just
here.
hide the thing for a sec.
The what?
I could just hide the screen capture.
Why would you do such a thing?
I don't understand.
You were talking about a picture.
Yeah, but I could make a better one, is what I'm saying.
Oh.
And I'll share it with the kids later.
Post it on the Facebooks.
They deserve more from us.
Yeah, this picture was more of like hey, look, Swain, I did it. I made it not look like shit. And Swain was like, well, I guess you did.
Yeah, you got me.
Beep
I'm
beep.
no good. I'm just a grunt. Let's see how this goes. Hey guys.
I forgot how forceful the gravity was.
Here, I'm pretty. I'm not very good at this. You know what? We still need to add in. Remember how we had a throw in the original Kickstarter one?
Oh yeah.
We need to have something like that back in the game. Like I got to find a way to make that work. You've re-added the headbutting in. I did a headbutt.
That's when you
animation.
get into the grapple and you just headbutt and punch and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that one's ended with a throw though.
Here we go. Come on. Where's my bad motherfucker?
Oh boy.
Here we go. Yes.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
They're sightseeing. Come on.
Ugh.
Lovers of
No,
love.
no.
Come on, boy.
Don't you want to join them?
Oh no, there's a ledge there. You can't get him over.
Yeah.
At a ramp.
I can
Oh,
try.
oh.
Oh, that killed him. Ugh.
No. Yeah, with that ledge there, that little like ridge, you're not going to do it.
I'll tell you what. I will set myself to Tricky because he's pretty powerful.
Oh yeah, the push is based on force, right?
It's based on force, which is a combination of your strength and endurance. And I think his, which we can go take a look at now, is pretty high.
Oh, and it's doing the thing.
The head shake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you can actually see it.
Yes.
Oh, I
Oh,
forgot
that's
Matt didn't
awesome.
see this. We
Yeah.
put him on earlier. Yeah, you didn't get to see him yet. Yeah, here, let me
What if
me
you go
get
in the
on him.
inventory? Does it show it in the inventory?
The inventory? Oh,
Oh,
hold
that
on.
looks
Yeah, it
really
should.
good.
Good idea, you clever son of a bitch. It should do it. Wow,
Oh,
that's
oh
a
my
bit too
God.
much. And the head is gone.
What did you do to its head?
Oh my god.
I'll play with it. It's not adjusting for scale, so I have to mess with that.
Messing with it.
Work in progress. Ugh. Ugh. Wow.
Oh
Go.
How are you not dead, young man?
no. Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
I don't
ridge is
think
way
it's.
too tall. Yeah.
You know what we could do? I'll set a ramp up there.
Yeah.
See, kids, this is what game design is all about.
It's not about building the game. It's about having fun.
Yeah, right.
This is all we
Exactly.
do all day, every day.
Which, in theory, they should be the same thing. So we'll see.
Right.
Actually, let's
Now all you
rotate
need
it.
to do is get the danger sign, and then he's ready to go.
Right, warning! Don't come over here.
Well, like the canonical tricky weapon.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, don't come towards this clown.
Yeah,
Is
that's
it?
what
Would it be
meant.
possible to have it set like the danger sign in the ground? So like
That's where it will spawn. You have to pick it up, but you can't only.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But it's like Mjolnir. Only trick you can do it.
so like it's
Ah.
set up like a normal sign.
Nice, perfect,
Yes, you are correct.
That is awesome.
satisfying.
Wait. Can only Tricky do it? I thought Hank grabbed it one time.
I'm just making jokes right now.
Oh, okay. I
You know,
thought we
it's
were-
like Mjolnir. Wouldn't it be hilarious? Blah blah blah. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
It's okay. You just made me look like a fool on live internet.
Oh, Tricky hit him so hard that his punch actually put a hole in him. That rarely happens.
No, that's
Wow,
fine.
yeah.
Anything that makes things bleed.
Oh, about 10 more minutes to go.
Wow.
Yes.
This has been interesting.
Wow, we've been doing a lot of nothing
Oh,
talking.
I love that. I love the swing, the heavy swing. Ugh. Gut shot.
His guts came. Okay, next question. Will there be gory gore? In other words, organs and bones within dismemberment. I think they're also talking about Gibbs as well.
Oh yeah,
So-
of course.
Well, we have the Gibbs in right now. We want, like, you saw that apple core earlier that Swain was shaving
See
down.
right there. That could be a liver. These are all placeholders.
Yeah,
like
we
we'll still
wanna-
have the meat chunks.
Well,
but-
yeah, we're going to leave those in, but what we want is like the apple core to be consistent of, or to be like actually like pink and like veiny and really gross on the inside. So when you shoot at it, we'll have other bits that come out: lungs, livers, this, that, and the other. So it's not just a miasma of red. You get
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
other gross colors too.
Right, it'll be a couple of like low poly chunks that just kind of cling to this like skull or something like that, and the skull itself will have breakable parts. The really complicated part for me is going to be figuring out how to make it so something like that can be sliced in half along with the head itself.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do this yet, but we may have to have it so like slicing somebody in half and blowing a hole in their body are mutually exclusive. It can only be one or the other, and I'm fine with that. Because once you slice him in half, that's pretty much the end of that guy anyway.
He's going to flop on the floor, and you got more important things to deal with.
Yeah, I'm totally down with that. I think it'll be fine too. It'd be great to you can continue shooting him up or something. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the best idea is for that.
Right.
Because we're not quite there yet. That's definitely going to be in the game. I won't release this without slicing dudes in half. I love that, just how the blood is like going up this way, up into his neck. I think
That
that's
does
just
look really
coincidence. It looks really good. See, like right there and like right here.
All right, next question.
Next question.
Can there be a berserk skill that until you bleed out all your blood or break all your bones, you keep on fighting? I think what they're trying to say is basically when you turn it on, no matter how much damage you can take, you're not going to get stunned and you can take as many bullet holes.
That to me sounds more like a corpus that you can earn.
Yeah.
Where in that particular block of corpus, like you can continue taking hits forever, but like once you've gotten to the point where your corpus would break, you have like 5 seconds or 10 seconds to like do whatever you need to, and then your corpus will kill itself. And then you'll probably have like a cooldown or something where you're slower for a moment.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That's
like,
the sort of thing that Corpus was made for.
yeah, exactly. So if you want to make a berserk character, you would pick Corpus that would work around that. Right now, Corpus is just a single block that has a certain amount of health to it. That's it. It will be more complicated, but we're not quite there yet. We're going to work on this a bit and then get back to you. But
Alright.
yeah, for the most part, that's that would be how you would build somebody like that. Yeah, and there is a berserk skill tree as well. It's one of the careers you can take.
All right. Azibun asks, Will there be other factors besides character and skill tree progression that could buff or debuff your weapons, such as add-ons that support more exotic playstyles, explosive builds, fire builds? So,
Um, you want to take this, Matt? Because I'm thinking more just in terms of like ranged versus melee versus unarmed, that kind of thing.
That's that. Yeah, we're on the same page there. I'm not entirely sure. Like what would you have that would like debuff something? Like for an example, I'm trying to think. Like if you become really good with melee, do you like somehow suck more at swords?
Well,
or
you can
guns,
like
or-
with ranged weapons, eventually, like you can take every single one of the core groups. You can be maximum melee, maximum range, max acrobatics, max unarmed. We're not limiting you there. It's just how many legendary trees or careers you could take.
Right.
That's where we like draw the line, and that's just so the characters have a uniqueness and like a sort of like replayability to them.
Yeah,
Whatever character.
It's like a 2 gear development, really.
Yeah. So you can get, for example, as a debuff, you can have a ranged skill. It's already in the game where, forget the name. Let me open up my Flash file here. I think I have the names. It's some kind of stopping power skill. Pin down. I think it's pin down. When you take pin down, when you hit somebody, they stop moving, and and they actually have a slow down, like a kind of a slow startup. It reduces their like their speed up speed, I guess. Their you call it acceleration is the word.
Right.
It punishes their acceleration for a second. So if you hit them, even if they tack dodge it, it stops them for a second. So that's a very high level ranged power because that's very powerful. Great for stopping zombies. I'd like to make it so that the amount of that is based on your weapon damage, and of course you need the skill to even do it in the first place.
Yeah, so you
but that's
couldn't
an
do that
example
with
of
like you
debuff.
couldn't do that with like a plinker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But ultimately, everybody can have that if you're willing to buy up to that point.
Right.
Let's put I want to get a wave going. I want Zeds. Give me the Zeds. I want Zeds. Because I'm
Give
a-
this man the Zeds.
Yeah.
Avocado Ramabot asks,
Of course
is
he
it
does.
possible to pin Zeds to walls and prevent them from moving? I think he's talking about things besides the nail gun that was proposed earlier. Like maybe holding them down or blowing
Like
off their
keeping a
legs or
zombie
something.
live.
Yeah, but not killing them, or unless you're not able to kill them with a gun, you can just disable them.
I haven't planned on anything like that happening in the game.
I mean, it'd be cool to have like kind of cool deaths against walls and stuff. We had it like deaths where people would die leaning against a wall. I think the ragdoll covers it. I can add joints. It's easy enough actually. Like if we wanted to, Matt, I could do it right now where a character, if he flies against a wall after having been shot by a certain type of ammo, as soon as he hits a wall, it finds that contact point and it clings the point that hit to the wall. So like if his head hit first, then his head will cling, and we'll just assume that's where the bullet hit.
Right.
And it creates a joint, and he'll just dangle there in ragdoll. I can totally do that. It would take me an hour to add to the game. But
Could you make it such that his head is always against the wall, so he sort of like slumps against the wall like he was meant to?
maybe you mean for like a cool death, right? Like a movie death.
Right. Instead of like just bouncing off the wall and crumpling in front of you, which is fine. I'm just wondering, like, if he could, like, if he shot against a wall, he'd just sort of like slump down. His head always the same distance as his body, like kind of under him.
Yeah, I think so. It might look silly if the rest of him is jiggling and just like
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
You do the chest, like the top part of the chest or something is what clings, and then like it just kind of. Actually, you know what? No, there is a way to do it. Before the current system we have now for ragdoll, there was like sometimes you'd punch a guy in the gut and like with unarmed would make him like fall down stunned. I'm still gonna add this back into the game soon.
Right.
But your guy was more rigid, like he would like try to cling his limbs back, like he wasn't loose ragdoll. He was a very rigid ragdoll. So I could set them to a rigid ragdoll where they like hit the wall and slide down. So part of their body is loose ragdoll, like their legs and waist,
Right.
but their chest and like head are rigid. So they're like not completely dead. They're just like slumped, and then eventually they'll go limp, something like that maybe. It's possible. I think it's completely possible. I'm just thinking up ideas right now. Totally do it. But is it worth the time? Because there's going to be testing involved. So, all right, check this out, Matt, because I didn't get to show you yet. So I added in that new point for melee weapons. When you're holding a two-handed weapon, you don't hold it to your side like an asshole anymore.
Oh, cool.
You actually double-hand it across like that. So it used to be that you would hold the weapon just like that, and your second hand would be on your side. It looks stupid. Now you have this.
Not
And we don't have any two-handed weapon attacks yet, so he still attacks like this, which is fine. But he holds it like this, and it looks a lot better, I think. Aren't you hitting anything?
Is its collider just not the right size?
I think it's only damaging enemies that are near the The cursor.
It's like he's trying to get towards a person. What should happen is if you after you swing, if there's nobody, like if you have no target, it's supposed to pick the closest guy in front of you.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it's not doing that, and I thought it was.
Well, it looks like whenever you swing it, it's attacking the guy who's at your cursor. So he's doing damage to him, but no one in front
Well,
of him.
kind of. Like, watch. If I put
Yeah.
it really far away, I should still attack the closest guy in front of me. Yeah, see?
Oh, you're still making connections. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that. It's like I think I'm trying to hit a guy that's in the back of the group, and as I'm swinging, the guy's like he'll get pushed away, or he comes outside of my range. Hold on, let's take care of these guys. Oh,
sure the
go
zombies
zombies, go!
It's never not funny.
Oh, I'm getting zombie bit. Let me out! Let me out! Let me out!
Oh, I think this is the end of
Ah.
Tricky.
No!
What would happen if Tricky got bit by a zombie?
You
Would it
do
become
not
normal
zombie
again?
the clown. They
You'd probably
clown
bite him
zombies
back.
you. Come on, go! Yeah, yeah. I made myself invincible, so no more problem with that. They may still grab me, but I'm not gonna get killed.
All right. Well, it looks like we have to wrap up for Swain.
Yeah. Actually, want to just call it here?
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh.
I'm tricky, so I actually zombify guys when I bite. I actually do the bite, I think. Oh no, never mind. I'm just headbutting him. That's great.
Yeah.
I'm not actually a zombie. Oh, he's trying to get me. Wait, the zombie's swinging at me. That's not right. All right, bug list. Anyway, yeah. So we're getting towards 4:30. I know this was a quick Q&A. I hope that the demonstration of like the behind the scenes developer stuff is a little bit enlightening for you guys. You can see we actually are making a game here. We've only
it is-
stolen half the money in Ren.
It is coming together pretty well. As far as what it seems like, you guys are starting to get the more core aspects of the gameplay polished, and you're also starting to make enough content that you can start actually experimenting with the sandbox elements that you have, or
Yes.
I should say, in sandbox areas.
Exactly.
Yeah, because we got a whole bunch of maps right now, and I just
Mm-hmm.
can't wait for people to screw with them and tell me which ones work, which ones don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's actually, which stage was it? Let's take a look at the
Bridge.
bridge. Yeah. Save it. I'll come back to that. All right. Okay, so here we have the bridge stage. I seem to be missing textures
Why?
because look at all these broken prefabs.
And I told you, look at that.
I may not. I wonder
You
if I
don't have the right.
updated.
You don't even have the right FBX. I told you, like the whole. Okay.
I'll delete my scene and just re-import yours, and that'll take care of it.
Yeah, it will.
Look at that. All right. So traditionally, for anybody who cares, when you see a bright pink purple thing like this
It means Matt
this
fucked
magenta,
up.
that means a shader is missing or not working. Which in this case is because they don't have materials on them, so you're missing right there.
Yeah.
This is a Unity thing. Sometimes it doesn't transfer the asset bundle the right way.
Yeah, go ahead
Or
and
I'm
just
using an
scrape
old
that
one.
scene from yours entirely, and I'll get you.
You know why? You know why I'm missing those things is because you sent me the scene without any dependencies, so I didn't get whatever new materials you made.
How about
I think. I might be
didn't
wrong.
I didn't make any new.
Oh, then. Well, hell, dude, I don't know.
Well, kill it. I'll get you a new one.
Okay. Thanks, dude.
Yay. Yeah, I'll do my job, I guess.
If I can get to, if there's time.
My busy schedule.
Yeah. Yeah, this is, I mean, you know, this, oh yeah, you can kind of see how rooms work here. You see them floating in space. This is how we set up rooms in the game. They're not actually interconnected, because why would they be?
That's
In
tricky.
Flash, they were just different keyframes. Like, one room didn't exist at the same keyframe as the next.
Right.
In this case, we can actually, like live, look at room to room what each one contains, which makes structuring them and building them feel very, very easy.
Mhm.
So, you know, that's something.
Hello, the red sky confirmed.
I was going to set myself to a zombie so I can see, is the grapple really broken? And wave manager, no waves. Let's grab these idiots over here and see if it works. But yeah, as we're getting towards the end here, do we have like one last really awesome question that we just missed?
I doubt
We
it.
hit all the
Um,
awesome questions.
Do we miss any?
No, these we all got. Yeah, I think we're pretty much done as far as like the more interesting ones.
Right.
5 pages
How
of
do you-
questions, jeez.
How do you guys feel your development is going so far, getting to the alpha? Do you feel rushed? Do you feel like you're on track?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say we feel rushed. I don't feel rushed, Matt. I don't know if you do. I can't speak for you.
No, I'm ahead
I
of
feel
you.
overwhelmed. Like we have a lot of work to do, but not rushed.
That's probably the good word. Overwhelmed. Like this is a giant project.
Yeah, we're not even taking our time. We're cutting corners where we can, but I would say we're less taking our time and more being careful. To me, there's a distinction in that. I think that we're just trying to make sure that what we make doesn't just fail outright, but we're not painting the Sistine Chapel here, you know, and we're not going to pretend that we are. So we're not going to expect this to be the greatest game you've ever played. We want it to be the best kind of like this experience, maybe. We want to borrow a lot from games that have done stuff like this. We want it to feel again like Smash TV in its own way, but still be its own game. You know, a little bit of Castle Crashers maybe with the combat, but in a more 3D world, it's never going to be the same thing. So we're treading a lot of new ground, and that's where we're trying to be careful.
Right.
Not taking our time, just making sure we don't screw up along the way. So, but rushed, yeah, not really rushed. Just wish we could, wish we could get away with doing less, but we hold ourselves to a pretty high standard.
Yeah, we were talking about that recently, but yeah, we won't get into that. That's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we should start letting you guys off. Thanks for being here. Sean, do you have anything else to bring up, or are we good for the cast?
Can't think of anything.
All right.
Just remind people to check out the pre-order if they haven't already. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if they missed the beginning of the stream, because this will go up there. And check on the Tumblr and Facebook pages for additional info.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes.
Oh, I saw a question about legendary mags. Yes, they will have high corpus and no tack bar.
Yeah, they're just bullet sponges.
Yeah, basically. I think your tack bar will probably just like you have a tack bar, but it translates to like you actually do take the hits and then lose your tack bar, and then you take more hits after that. Something like that. I don't know. Like it's the like your tack bar is like the surface wounds, and then the corpus is like the interior stuff. So something like that. But yeah, basically that's how that would work. I just thought I'd fuel that one last question like that.
Hey, well done.
So thanks, man.
Alrighty.
All right, so yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks for dropping
Thank
by.
you,
short
both
notice.
Michael and Matt. Yep.
Yeah, of course.
Bye.
Just
My
trying to put
pleasure.
this
We
together.
ought to be doing this more often.
Yeah, we should.
Now, are we going to do the one Monday or sometimes toward the beginning of the week on the actual like meetings you guys have, or would this have covered it?
I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about it. But
Yeah, I was gonna say we could talk about it tonight and tomorrow.
Okay.
I know that Swain and I will be meeting sometime over the next week, and beforehand we could talk and see if we can do a stream then.
All right.
yeah, that'd be fine.
Sounds good. Everyone, thanks for watching the podcast today. It's been a lot of fun seeing the behind the scenes and the PN2's development inside the Unity engine. More than likely next time we'll see either a game design meeting coming up with new concepts or going over work that they have to do, or we'll just do another game build toward the end of the month. Thank you both for being here and taking the time to actually do this. And guys, if you haven't already, please pre-order the game at projectnexus2.com. If you want a single pre-order of the game, it's $15. However, you can get into the alpha, like some of the Kickstarters, if you get the $60 pre-order that comes with 2 games and alpha beta early access.
Thanks,
Excellent.
Matt. That was pretty accurate.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thank all our fans who we love dearly. And
Thanks, fans.
yeah, thank you. And
You guys
give
are
them
pretty
Seriously, champs, masters of patience over there.
You see my stack of cigarettes. All I did was Google image search cigarettes. I'm probably not supposed to talk about that. I searched for 2 things of cigarettes and stacked them over each other. It's placeholder,
No.
just a placeholder. I feel like my cigarettes, because this is where you're going to see it from here. Maybe here.
That's a copyright.
So-
I could tell Google will be able to see that screenshot of this and be able to tell immediately that you
Right.
stole
The
it.
game is sunk.
Right? It's like from there. It's like, oh, we got a red flag. Zoom and enhance. Circle
This
back,
man is
zoom and
this
enhance.
man is making millions of dollars off of your cigarette image.
No.
It's not millions, it's barely thousands.
That needs to go on a shirt. It's barely thousands. All right, well, have a good one, guys. And Sean, wherever you're ready, adios.
Bye-bye.